After nearly 10 years, a college football game is finally here. Well, almost. A teaser was just released for the new official college football game. Although there was no gameplay, at least it was a teaser, so all of us know that this is actually happening. EA Sports is releasing this game in the summer, but there's supposed to be another trailer coming out this May. I guess until then, to hold us over, they threw us this little hype video. We get a look inside some stadiums, some mascots, locker room, jerseys, and some helmets. It's actually kind of crazy that this is actually happening. Since NCAA Football 2014, which I've been playing so much, I've been playing the revamped version. After so many years, EA is finally releasing the game. Since everybody in the NCAA can finally make money off their image and likeness, I think that gave the big green light for this game to finally happen. Seems like Road to Glory and Dynasty will return to the game, which is of course my favorite game modes. Before we dive into this trailer, let's dig into what happened with college football. So I'm on this site called Polygon. I'm going to link it down below, and this basically goes over everything. So I'm going to read a couple blurbs here. There's very clearly a market for college football video games, but there's a reason EA Sports hasn't made a new game in so long. It legally couldn't. For years, EA licensed the National Collegiate Athletic Association name from the NCAA and school and conference likeness from groups like the Collegiate Licensing Company. Because NCAA rules at the time made it so players could not make money off their own name and likeness, the game had to use fake players on the real teams, cutting players who could not legally receive money from the game at the time out of the significant profits. But those fake players, more often than not, were basically identical to the real players, with identical appearances, uniform numbers, and attributes, just with fake names. Former UCLA basketball player Ed O'Bannon filed a lawsuit in 2009 against both NCAA and the Collegiate Licensing Company, arguing this practice violated antitrust laws. Specifically, he pointed to how likeness was used in NCAA basketball 09 without permission. A whole bunch of other Division I men's basketball players and football players joined the lawsuit. Eventually, EA settled with the players and paid out $40 million, which netted around 100,000 players that had appeared in the basketball and football games since 2003, up to $4,000. According to ESPN, the case continued on to trial, where a judge eventually decided the NCAA rules did violate antitrust laws. The NCAA appealed and the Supreme Court denied it. The NCAA also paid out $42 million in fees and costs, but the fallout of the litigation was that the NCAA, Southern Conference, Big Ten, and Pac-12 pulled licenses from EA, effectively putting the end to the video game series. In 2019, the NCAA lost another huge lawsuit against athletes over capping the value of scholarships. The judge emphasized just how much money NCAA makes from its players, calling it extraordinary revenue when compared to players' modest benefits. As Sports Illustrated reported, the Supreme Court again denied the NCAA appealed in 2021, affirming the court's decision. The NCAA announced its new player name, image, and likeness policy, known as NIL for short, in 2021, allowing players to get paid for sponsorships, endorsements, and other deals around their image and likeness. There are still rules like requirements around reporting these things to their schools, but it was a major win for college athletes. Both federal and state governments have worked to bring litigation to protect the rights of college athletes. So far, EA Sports has confirmed that it has a partnership with the Collegiate Licensing Company for school-related stuff like mascots, uniforms, and stadiums. It said then the player likeness would not be included, but that's it. Continuing to watch those developments closely. Meaning, legislation in 2023, it announced EA College Football 25 would let players opt into being in the game using licensing company one team partners, according to ESPN, and those players will be paid for being in the game. For players that don't want to be in the game, EA will create a generic avatar. Several schools have announced they've opted into the game, including University of Wisconsin-Madison, Northwestern University, Texas Christian University, California State University, Fresno, and Tulane University, per ESPN. Thursday's trailer showed the University of Michigan, Georgia, Florida, and University of Alabama. So there it is, guys. That is everything, and that is, I hope, answers questions, which I was reading this before and I didn't even know how in-depth this actually got. But enough of all this jargon. let's get into the trailer. All right, so to avoid copyright, I'm gonna get rid of the audio to this. All right, so I'm watching it live with you now. Let's go. Here we go. We got the Rose Bowl panning in slowly. We got seats. This isn't the stadium though. Again, like I said earlier, if you haven't seen the trailer already, it's basically them just saying that this is actually happening, which, you know, because everyone wasn't sure. I mean, they haven't really made any announcements since I think it was almost a year ago where they posted a little picture saying, you know, it's happening. I'm not sure who this guy is. I don't know if he has anything to do with NCAA or he's just an actor, but he seems to be loving college football. So we got some old clips here of college football with the mascots. This guy continuing to talk still. 25. Oh, there's some snippets. Okay, so we got, this is the inside looks I was talking about, the mascots, the stadium, all that cool stuff. And a lot of people, as you can see the tweets there, people just, they didn't hear anything for so long. So they assumed it wasn't happening, but as you can see here, it looks like it is. And of course, look at the jerseys there. We got the stadium. Are we gonna see some more gameplay? I don't think they do. And as you can see right here, yes, or yeah, it's really happening. EA Sports officially putting out this little hype trailer coming this summer, full reveal this May, and that is absolutely hype. I am so excited, and I hope you guys are too. I have been playing NCAA 14 for years, and of course, the revamped, whoever made the revamp mod, thank God for that person, because oh my God, if there was no mod, this game would have died a long time ago. And to be honest with you, this game still holds up today. I'm not even kidding. I would almost prefer playing this over some of the most recent Madden games. The game modes, Road to Glory, Dynasty, everything still holds up with all Madden's you know, previous Madden video games. I mean, it's absolutely insane. The graphics are okay, physics, I mean, everything just lines up. And on top of this is kind of a side note, but I don't know if you guys remember, and I assume you do, but EA Big was a thing, and they made NFL Street, NFL Street 3, NFL Street 2, NFL Street 1, all my favorite games. After this one, now that this brings me back, little nostalgia, I really swear to God, I hope they bring back Street Football and Street Basketball, two unbelievable games I used to play on the GameCube and the PS2. Again, this game, finally we got some confirmation that this thing is actually happening. The one thing I do want to see is, of course, in May, I need to see this, I need to see gameplay. I need to see an official trailer, because what I'm definitely going to do is put a side by side, maybe even with Madden and with NCAA 2014, because I really need to see the difference, and I am so hyped for this, and I hope you guys are too. I really do think this is going to surpass Madden, to be honest, because the last few years, I would say, oh man, maybe 5. Madden, you just hear every year, same thing, same thing. You've even caught in the Madden game itself, them using, basically just importing the previous, even the previous logo has been in the practice stadiums. It's like, we just need something different. We want someone to be able to make a different football game, simulation game, I should say, because as cool as arcade football games are, we need something that's official, and this is just something else. And I hope you can also import your player, so that will be a cool thing. But I'm just so hyped for another another football simulation game. And NCAA, I mean, come on now. But put your thoughts down below, guys. Let's have a little chat in the comments. What do you guys want to see? What cool new features? Will there be any more any new game modes? Is there any classic things that is an absolute must? I bet there's a lot of things. Let me know all your thoughts down below, because I am going to answer every single comment. But don't forget to leave a like on this video, guys, subscribe, and if any other news comes out, I will for sure post a video. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.